Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue number 1? Are you kidding me? Are we actually in an era where Zatanna is getting her own book? From Black Label, nonetheless? And it's not a Justice League Dark book? She has been, renegated to those sidelines for a while. I say it's the sidelines. A Justice League book is always going to sell. A Justice League Dark book, it does okay. But it's been a minute. It has been a minute since Zatanna has had a huge push. And that kind of sucks. I feel like she's a popular character who is just so specific in tone and idea. You could have so much fun with it. And I am sure there are a lot of creatives out there right now who would want to do something with this character. Like Mariko Tamaki and Javier Rodriguez. And they're just like, what if we made Las Vegas the comic book in a DC universe? That's what this feels like. Every single panel in this thing, it just feels like a Vegas show. It feels like pop art you'd see of like Las Vegas. It is so much fun. As somebody who is a fan of Las Vegas and enjoys going to Las Vegas, this book speaks to me on that level. I also just love Zatanna as a character, and I'm always open to a new interpretation. So this book is kind of in like a nebulous area. It could be set in continuity like before she becomes a big superhero, or it could just be in its own universe, and that's probably the case. It's just ideas someone had for Zatanna, and that's all you need to really make it work. So we open up this book, and right away, the artwork's incredible. Javier doing some amazing stuff, just like the blank spaces, the vibrant colors. It's incredible. And we see like a young Zatanna. She is doing a magic trick, but it's not working. She's trying to do like the thing where like we put a ball in the cup. Where did the ball go? She loses track of the ball and doesn't know what's going on. The kids start to make fun of her, calling her Zabanana, which doesn't even work because Zabanana is nothing. That doesn't even sound close to Zatanna. Zabanana. I don't know. It's a stupid thing a kid would say. She messes up the joke. She later returns home to her terrifyingly colored building where she lives. She wants to talk to her father, who just is living in the most scary apothecarian, just decrepit place you've ever seen. It looks like a madhouse, but in like a 1970s, everyone dropped a bunch of acid madhouse. She goes to her dad and she's like, I messed up on my trick. Can you help me? Her dad's reading like a book on the occult and he's like, magic? Oh, I'll teach you magic, all right. So then we cut back to like the next day or sometime later. Zatanna now learning a bit more of magic. She's going to do like the same trick, but the kid who's calling her Zabanana is getting really like loud about it. And she's like, shut up, stop calling me that. And she says, I'll show you some real magic. And then like, she says something that's in like, just like a nebulous language. We don't know what she said. And the scene cuts away. It's like she did something when she used real magic that actually hurt people. Which, it's a good origin, good way to start this character. We then cut to the present day where she's getting up at 6:10 in the morning. Or is it the evening? I'm going to say it's morning because you can kind of see the sun rising. And she does have like an afternoon show. But she wakes up in a beautiful looking place. And she's got rabbits all over the place. And it's just like, hey, here we go. She's about to do something fun. What's she going to do? Get on with her day. Like, I don't know how to state how beautiful the artwork is. It just totally works for the tone this book is going for. It is ethereal and like just dripping with color. And it feels like an acid trip. That's what it feels like while staying true to like a Las Vegas feel. So she tries to pet one of her rabbits. The rabbit bites her. So she's like, well, that was stupid. Why did it do that? She puts a Band-Aid on, gets ready for the day to go for a jog. She like goes down the Vegas Strip all the way into the desert. Like she literally runs through traffic into the desert. Like, where is she going? Who knows? But she's listening to like some mantra thing. You are calm. You are successful. You are amazing just the way you are. You are ready for anything that comes your way. And as she's running through the desert, she starts to see like a silhouette or like a shadow even. I think it's more like a shadow that is following her shadow, but there's like nothing behind her. So she's like, there's nowhere to hide in the desert. If you want to come after me, chill out, We see like the sulking husk of the shadow starting to like drift away. And then she heads to the Golden Dice Casino because that is where she has her show. She runs into this woman named Miss Perkins, and Miss Perkins is trying to get her to come to her casino. Like, we've been doing research. We heard that the Justice League was also knocking on your door. We think you could be the next big thing. You just have to commit to it and get the paycheck we're going to give you. And she's like, I'm fine here at the Golden Dice. I don't need anything else. I'm doing fine. Just not wanting to commit to the next thing. Okay. So that's kind of fun. Again, it's colorful, it's vibrant. We're having the time of our lives. She walks down a row of slot machines. A couple heads turn to look at her. Something is following her. Something is stalking her. Then she heads up to the roof to talk to her friend who's like an acrobat. She's like, you need to chill out, you know? I could get you could talk to like my aura guy. I like, you know, he's helping me through a lot of stuff. She's like, I don't need to talk to your aura guy. Is it more reliable than like your tarot woman? Like, you have some weird things. I love this energy for Zatanna. I think it works really well. Staying true to her character being a magician is awesome. A Vegas magician is even more fun because it has her in touch with different types of people. And she's just staying true to like that kind of Nevada adjacent world where everyone's just like, you know, it's kind of like free and unbearing as a California, but still kind of more capitalistic and having just a different type of fun and sadism to it. So I appreciate that. She's having a good time. I love it. Like, they're just standing on a roof. She's just eating like a fruit salad. Her friend's drinking a martini. What else do you want? That's so much fun. And we find out that her show at the Golden Dice is actually free. So anyone could just like walk in to go see it. But a person joins the audience. Somebody that she saw at the slot machines. This person has been to her show 7 times. Her stage handler's like, well, it's a free show. Things are expensive here, and you have a free show. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the magical, the great Zatanna. And, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous cover. Gorgeous splash page, I mean. And it's just so much fun. So she is performing to, like, a barely empty house. Like, there's nobody in there. And she's doing some great illusions and some tricks. And she's doing autographs afterwards. And the kid's like, how come you don't say magic or do anything with magic? And she's like, I do tricks, because just the thought of saying magic reminds her of the time she probably killed a kid that was making fun of her. So it's time for the evening show. The same thing goes into place. She sees that the strange woman who was in the audience earlier is there again. So she's like, okay, why don't I do something for some audience participation? You there? What's your name, stranger? She's like, well, that's it. My name's Stranger. And I'm like, oh, Stranger. I know one famous stranger in the DC universe. Some might say they're a phantom. Is that what we're playing at? I honestly don't know if we're playing at Phantom Stranger here. It's hard to say based on where this scene goes. She kind of gets mad at her, like, you've been coming to this 8 times. It's actually 12. I need to know what you're doing here. And she's like, I don't really like tricks, Zatanna. I like magic. Speaking of which, you should look behind you. And like a weird, decrepit creature emerges from the stage. It's like, I don't know what it's doing. It looks like it's wearing a mask, and it's like a weird lizard creature. But then it starts breathing fire and burning everything down. So then the woman who is wearing sunglasses reveals that she has white eyes and like picks up Zatanna, is like, come on, I know who you are. I know what you're doing. I know what you did with him. Everything happening is because of him. And you're like, oh, it's getting creepy. It's getting creepy. And the scene depicts like Zatanna killing the kids that were making fun of her in the past, and because of her father. Everything because of your father. She's like, my father's dead. And she's like, I know, you're the one that killed him. And like, ooh, that's where the book ends. So it's kind of out continuity. Depends how you want to play with like the character of Zatanna. If he's like in main stories and has existed as a magician in other forms, or if he's always been dead before the continuity starts. It's up to you. I'm going to say this is like a standalone book because we don't want her to be connected to the Justice League yet, and she's afraid of magic. So it's almost like a good origin story for the character in a new way. You get to play with Vegas, you get to play with like showmanship, which is part of her character, and then you can just have fun in different aspects of that. So I'm having a blast. Like, I like this character. I like the world we're establishing here. It's really fun to see this. Just some gorgeous artwork. It's perfect. I don't know if it's the best of Javier Rodriguez's career. It's far from the worst. There's just something so special about this, and everything is coming together to just invoke something fun. I'm all for it. I am all for this vibe. It is such a unique feeling, such a unique looking story. Bring Down the House itself is such like a showman term where it's like we're going to talk about making stuff. I think that's a really cool thing to perceive and talk about with this character. I am for it. I am for it. So, Zatanna, Bring Down the House, issue number 1. I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.